In the last century, this industry created the most enormous amount of therapeutic potential. So for many diseases, we have cures, and for many others, effective ways to manage them. But a lot of this potential is wasted. Adherence, appropriate use of drug, is universally well below 50%. Drugs don't work if you don't take them, or you don't take them properly. 2018, Annals of Pharmacotherapy, they just published this April 2nd, the cost of illness and death resulting from inappropriate use of medications in the United States, now $525 billion a year. 16% of what we spend in healthcare is caused by inappropriate use of medication. We step back and we say, this is not a problem with defective consumers. This is a problem with defective design. Consumers struggle to use medicines appropriately in open-loop systems. They don't have the knowledge, the skills, or the motivation necessarily to do it properly. Doctors and care teams can't succeed if they don't have information they need to effectively titrate, rotate, or eliminate drugs. There's no data flow. So, digital medicines enable consumers to engage with their own care using the cell phone that's in everybody's pocket. They empower healthcare providers to deliver care that is specific to each consumer based on accurate, objective data. And we do all of this making use of drugs we already have that we know work and we know are safe. We've done over 120 clinical trials on thousands of subjects. What you see here is data from a randomized control study that was published in peer review in the Journal of Medical Internet Research. These are patients who were on polypharmacy, multi-drug therapy for high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and high lipids. They all had to have been on therapy for at least 6 months, and they had to fail every endpoint. 0% response. They go into a clinical study where they're on the same drugs. In the treatment arm, they're digital. In the control arm, they're in a trial, they're on the same drugs. What you see here is that after 3 months on a digital medicine, 98% of the patients meet their blood pressure goal. They have a massive drop in their LDLs and a clinically significant decrease in their HbA1c. Perfect trifecta. If you look at who's in this study, this is the classic medically, economically, socially isolated population that runs through ERs because they don't have doctors or is admitted to hospital. They cost the system a fortune. And by the way, they love this. The net promoter score on this study, 55. To put that into context, the average health plan in the US, -5. Don't feel too good about that because I could tell you what the NPS on the drug company is and it's not that good either. So adherence has an enormous impact. We know that universally across all therapeutic conditions, medication possession around 50%, actual appropriate use of medicine much less. PBM interventions can get it up by maybe 3 to 5% per year. What we're showing, and we've shown consistently across all populations, all conditions, it doesn't matter if you're old, you're young, whether you're a transplant patient or a hypertension patient or a TB patient, we, in every study that we've done, get between 85 and 95% adherence to medication if the drug is digital. And if you add support, we can get adherence up to 98% very easily. And the key insight is that appropriate use of medicines is incredibly valuable. It reduces blood pressure, it reduces LDLs, it improves HbA1c, predictable reductions in stroke and heart attack. And really note here, this is not bending the sick care cost curve. We're not talking about throwing resources into the building people product model. This is blowing it up. This is moving into the world of software, services, and mobile devices, which is absolutely where the whole world is going.